Before you give up, before you quit, do this instead. For a moment, just pull back and ask yourself, why did I start in the first place? And does this still matter to me? Am I letting my emotions get the better of me? And are they maybe even tricking me? Am I rationalizing to myself why it's okay to walk away and stop and quit and leave it all behind because I don't like the discomfort? Remember, anything worthwhile, anything important requires some form of sacrifice at one stage or another. You can't just have everything you want and give nothing in return. The thing about getting good at something or having something that is good, if it's worthwhile, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes work, and it takes you being okay with feeling down and even feeling like quitting. I remember early stages in my business, I felt like, wow, what's the point in this? This is never gonna work. What if I should just get a normal job and give up on it all? And honestly, my emotions were clearly telling me, hey, just stop, just quit. This is stupid. Nobody believes in you. It's never gonna work out. But guess what? If I hadn't persevered, then I wouldn't have helped millions of people. I wouldn't have reached all of you that consume this. I couldn't have made a positive impact in your life. And the hundreds and hundreds of clients that I've served over the years would have gone likely unserved or maybe not served as well because I didn't show up, really hone my craft and get good at what it is that I'm doing, right? So in my relationship too, if I hadn't stuck with it, if I hadn't put in the time and energy to improve as a person, but also proactively work on the relationship for 9 years, then it wouldn't be incredible. It wouldn't be a 10 out of 10, right? So think about whatever you want. What is the end goal? Are you just stopping because you don't like what it takes? You don't like the way you feel right now? Are you quitting because you want to vote for yourself to be a loser? Now, I know that's a little bit harsh, but really genuinely ask this of yourself. Do you want to be this person who gives up, who quits? Now, of course, if it's the wrong thing, and you know it's the wrong thing, okay, fair enough, let's walk away. But at least give it some time before you fully say, I'm gonna quit and this is all over, forget about it, never mind, I'm done, I'm so done, right? I've heard people be in that state a lot. I'm so done with this, I'm giving up, I'm quitting, there's no point anyway, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm just stuck. Before you really commit to that, can you give yourself a week to cool off? Well, hell, can you at least give yourself a day? Because most people just want to make the decision then and there so they can feel that sense of relief, right? It's about putting some aloe vera on your wound, just a little bit. Oh, it's itchy, it feels uncomfortable. Let's just soothe it a little bit so that I can cope, so that I can be okay. We just want to feel better in the moment. Well, what if you just give some time and some space and you let yourself recover? Maybe it's not about pushing through it. Maybe it's about recouping, right? Just recovering, getting your energy back so that you can go at it again, especially when it comes to getting good at a skill, learning something, or mastering something that's difficult. It's going from a few hours to make progress and get better to probably thousands of hours of practice to really see progress. And that can be really, really, really painful. That can be really, really mentally straining because it takes a lot out of you and gives very little in return right then and there. But remember that the difference between people who live extraordinary and very happy lives and people who just kind of live okay lives or even shitty lives is that they're willing to put in that extra little bit of effort to become 5%, 10% better. It makes all the difference. Think about it. If you're going to go on a vacation, how big of a difference is there between a 3-star and a 5-star, vacation rental or hotel? What about a restaurant? What about a relationship? A 3-star relationship versus a 5-star or a 4-star versus a 5-star is very different. The way that you experience that, your reality is vastly, vastly shifted through small incremental upgrades. And you giving up is not doing you any favors with those incremental upgrades. You might think, well, I could just do something else. I could just move over. But remember, you've put in time, you've put in energy. there's a sunk investment cost. Now, I'm not using that to try to manipulate you to stay and keep doing what you were wanting to quit or what you were thinking about quitting on. But I am trying to warn you that, hey, there is a price that you pay when you give up on stuff. And it's all that time and all that energy that you've put in previously dissipating into thin air, just gone like that with the wind, never to be seen again unless you return, in which case you're gonna have to repolish your skill just to get kind of good. So if you're gonna stop, make sure you're really stopping, because coming back and being rusty and going through it again, probably not going to be so great, probably not going to be a lot of fun. Now look, if you want some help to upgrade your mindset, to really turn you into a winner, to be in the community filled with like-minded people, then go to erafael.com and you can book a one-on-one consultation with me to see how we might be able to work together inside of a coaching program of mine. If you end up being the right fit and we both agree, then you'll be surrounded by amazing people, you'll have accountability, you'll have support, and you'll be in an environment where you can really thrive and step up your game and improve your life drastically. Again, to schedule that call, just go to erafael.com and you can book it there. There's something else though that I want you to keep in mind if you're on the brink of giving up, and it's the fact that if you're going to quit, if you're going to walk away, make sure you don't have any guilt or regrets. Make sure you've tried everything. Make sure you truly feel like you're done, because there's really not many feelings that trump regret when it comes to negativity, when it comes to just feeling powerless. Because if you burn a bridge, or if you cut yourself off from something and you completely change the direction of your life and you can't really turn back anymore, well, that's going to be rough on you and on your psyche, and it's going to affect your self-esteem, and it's going to affect how you view the world, because you're going to feel like you're not in control of your life as much. And we don't want to do that unless we're absolutely sure. So, as my Russian grandma used to say all the time to me growing up, measure 10 times before you cut once. Really think it through, really give it the time that it deserves, and that way you can know 100% that you're making the right choice, whether it is to keep going and persevering or whether it is to give up and quit.